In the top left, playing Tenri, we have Sedgehun taking on Stargen45. Down on the bottom side, playing Nuru. So they are on open season. This is the map we saw a lot in Roof of War 5. And I'm honestly really excited to see how this is going to go. It's like, we haven't seen this at all. This was the 6th map for this event. Which means that the 5 rounds of qualifiers has left us not seeing it so far. And so far, like what we're seeing on this is very standard. Commander grabs this village, heals off here. Side as well. And we're going to see these commanders be kind of aggressive against these swords. Kind of like reserved captures on both sides. Sometimes you'll see people run up here and maybe even up here. Although not so much, but like up here you could see a sword try and like nab one of those villages. That is not the case this time. Ooh, gets the hit with the mage. Let's see that capture. And ooh, Stargen's holding on to the crit. Sedgehun elected to go for the reload. Let's have a look. Was that? That might have actually been a really bad roll on the side of that mage. Is unfortunate. But Sedge went for the reload. Knowing that the rifle was delayed, figured why not. This side, the rifle saves the shot. Ooh, Nuru has groove already. Sedgehun grabbing these villages, like it does give you that nice boost in economy early on, but they will fall. Build groove for Nuru, and she's so scary, especially in this kind of position. Tenri's trying to build her own groove, knocking down that village again. What's Stargen gonna do? Ooh, we're seeing... Is this lethal? No. Nah, nothing can be built with Nuru. That heal on the rifle was far too expensive for that. I was thinking maybe like a night crit or something. Even then, actually, that probably wouldn't have worked. So Nuru's just gonna sit there and chill. Knights. See an opportunity to pick up a sword. That's like kind of can't lead. Okay. Got now. Stargen has to be really defensive with a big line of swords. Stargen moving, holding onto this Nuru groove. Really interesting. Doesn't want to be aggressive. Well, aggressive with Nuru. Because like, she could have used that groove to build like a spear, for example. Done a bunch of damage to the knights and started building up for another groove, but no. Just wants to hold on to it. The threat of Nuru groove with that possibility of like a lethal coming out of nowhere. Always really scary. Ooh, but Tenri has groove. What's she gonna do with it? Oh, she's gonna pick off the rifle. So huge. Sedgehun puts himself in a very strong position for this game. What can Stargen do in response to this? Having a good game so far, but you know, Sedgehun with this positioning, with this capture over on this side, is going to now start gaining a big advantage, especially because they have their rifle, and rifle's so good. Like, there's a reason we have banned production of rifles on pretty much every map in the game, or every competitive map, I should say. They're just that strong. Open season being an exception where you start with a pre-built rifle for a very strong. Ooh, nice pick off in the night. Nuru is just going to block herself. This is slightly risky though. A sword can suicide from the road. I mean, it's not the best odds, but it can work. I say not the best odds. The odds are pretty good, but if you fail the roll, then you don't really do what you intend to do. And, ooh, this is huge. Sedgehun getting a lot of value. Really nice blocks. These balloons in excellent position. That little bit of damage on the mage means the mage can no longer kill the balloons. And Sedgehun getting a huge amount of damage this turn. Oh, he even gets a dog crit. Just constantly doing more and more damage. Like a dog hit and a dog crit will kill a mage on woods. Excellent trade. And yeah, if Stargen can't win this turn, then I think they are a really bad time. But they do have 2 golems. So they can potentially bring this back. And they have a dragon as well. As long as they have some big heavy hitting units like, you know, this dragon, golems, and Nuru, they can pull this out. They can get a win. Not saying Sedge seems very out-teched right now, and this is true. Sedge is very out-teched. But they have a huge unit count. And they also have that rifle, which so far hasn't really done too much. But the main thing is that it isn't what it actively does. It's what it passively does. It threatens. Okay, and Stargen getting good value this turn. Doing a lot of damage. And here's the thing, these golems, because they are so chunky and powerful, that sure, Sedgehun had a really nice attack and built a nice lead, but staying in the fight against the golems not going to work out. Like Sedgehun doesn't have the units to deal with them. And now we're seeing more and more stuff go down. And honestly, that kind of prolonged offensive didn't work out. Okay. Sergeant's just continuing to batter forwards. Has retaken the lost villages. It hasn't even used Uroboros this entire time. And that's kind of the most spectacular part, is actually just fighting this back without having used groove. Tenri has 2nd groove up already. The slow charger ahead of the medium charger and lapping as well. And are we gonna see? Yeah, we see a dragon get built. Alright, so here's the plan. Tenri is gonna hold groove for 1 turn. Probably send a golem to a river. Like one of these edge river tiles. And then have the dragon one-shot it from a safe distance. That is what I assume will happen, anyway. Nuru moving forward aggressively, but dog does cover so many balloons in the middle. What's that I'm gonna do this turn? Golem comes forward, hits the golem. Well, dragon comes forward, actually hits the golem. That golem's probably dead. Yeah, mage will finish it off with the help of the rifle. Rifle now has crit. This rifle's staying alive the whole time, and this is probably what's keeping Sedgehun in this game at the moment. Strength of the rifle. Sedgehun having taken quite a beating after a failed offensive. Now it's Stargen's time to come in, and the timer's starting to come into play. They're on 15 turns. But Stargen's slowly creeping and taking more than that. Ooh, we finally have teleport come in. What are we going to see? Mage. Yeah, that's probably going to hit the dragon. Oh yeah, balloon's going to go down and then one hit on the dragon. That's so huge. Even gets a high roll. Average 85 damage, does 87. Things are working out well for Stargen. Sedgehun do. Has to force to run back and heal the dragon. Oh, that's rough. A lot of money to invest into a heal. Oh, even doing things like... There's a slight misplay there. If you just move the dog and then crit with the second one, this first one doesn't take any damage and you still kill the other dog in one go. But the timer is coming into play here. That may be affecting people's judgment. Now Stargen with these big chunky units honestly just start taking like, I wouldn't say like bad trades, but kind of weaker trades in general. Picked off, more mages getting picked off. And honestly, that's all the mages, like aside from this one over here. So the dragon can come in and safely start attacking things. Leave this mage here. Actually, this is really smart. Keeping this back. Ooh. Ah, puts it on the road. Nice. The dragon goes around the flagstone. One shots that. Using that crit condition to full effect. Ooh, even lines up a nice sword crit there. Rifle runs back, reloads. It's coming down to the wire. They've both got like 12 minutes left. Turn 17. Not every day you see a game go this long. Nice line up, and there's that thing of using first dog to move and second dog to crit as opposed to attacking with the first one. Saves you from that little bit of counter attack damage. Stargen continues to press forward, is taking more and more of the economy on the map. Both villages in the center captured, has both of these outer next to the forest villages too. That's just gonna continue to press that economic lead. They're trading units still. Dragon's in a place where it's going to get hit by an enemy mage, but it's not the end of the world. Ooh, bit of a lag spike there. The game is starting to struggle as we get into these last turns. Alright, Stargen, what do you do? Nice dog. Hit there. Ooh, dog crit doesn't quite kill. But, you know, a weak sword will do it at this point. Yep, uses the little 9 health sword. Oh, nice heal. Here's just gonna... Ooh, doesn't quite kill that unit, but she doesn't need to. There's not nearly enough over here to threaten. I'm actually very surprised that the mage didn't go up and go for a kill on this witch, but... I suppose baiting a witch hex isn't too bad, because that means Sedgehun does not have a lot of economy to work with afterwards. And yeah, sure, the witch hex does a lot of damage, but it even picks off a unit. But that's going to die next turn. Stargen now sitting on a huge lead.
A little help here?
I think that might even be game. Yeah, Night Crit's gonna hit from behind. Yeah, here we go. Picks off there. And then this headquarters, well, stronghold I should say, open on too many sides. And Stargen, after being put on the ropes in that early game, takes the game over Sedgehun. Wow, what a game one. And what a comeback from Stargen. Stargen has been in the community for quite a while. Definitely a player that has improved quite a lot over time, but I believe they're currently sitting like quite low down in the ladder rankings at the moment. And you know, Sedgehun, one of the strongest players in the community, has been around basically since the start. So to see this is a huge improvement on Stargen, and it's really nice as someone who, like, I've been playing against Stargen myself, and it's really nice to see them take down a player like Sedgehun. And yeah, they've really been grinding the game out. Lots of games, playing constantly all the time. So I'm happy. I'm happy to see Stargen do so well against a player Sedgehun's caliber. And this puts them one game away. They gotta win one more map to qualify for GoW6 for the big main event in May.